If you're not setting boundaries with other people, you're likely disrespecting and disempowering yourself. Today, I'm sharing my top tips for stopping people pleasing and setting boundaries in your life and work. Friends, before we get into this video, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for more tips like this to help you make this your era. Now let's get right into this video. There's nothing wrong with wanting to please important people in your life. It can be a great kindness to share your time and energy on people you care about and to listen to their views. But when accommodating others tips over into people pleasing, you can end up becoming frustrated or even resentful. So how can you stop that from happening? Well, you set boundaries. Setting and maintaining strong boundaries in our lives and work helps to boost our self-esteem and our self-respect. It allows us to confidently and authentically say yes or no to situations, people or opportunities, and empowers us to make choices that are right for us and take responsibility for ourselves, our lives, and our work. Let's use an example situation where you might need to set a boundary to show you exactly what I mean. So you deserve to be surrounded with amazing, positive, supportive, challenging and inspiring people that really get you and want to see you succeed. But in reality, there's likely to be someone in your life, a friend, a colleague, a relative, who is constantly negative about your work or passions. As Ralph Waldo Emerson said, whatever you do, you need courage. Whatever course you decide upon, there will always be someone to tell you that you are wrong, right? But this can be so painful, especially when we're starting out on a new project, flexing the fingers and toes of a fresh idea, or generating big, audacious, scary goals. Those naysayers can crush our spirit, belittle our dreams, and make us start to doubt ourselves. Sometimes people can be negative about your dreams and plans because your enthusiasm and dedication throws a spotlight on their own lack of goals. That makes them feel uncomfortable. So quite naturally and often unconsciously, they project that negativity away from themselves and onto you. It's a means of self-protection. Less about you and more about them. So what to do in this or other situations where you need to set a boundary to protect yourself, your emotions, your energy, or your dreams. Here's my simple 4-step plan for setting boundaries in any situation. Step 1. Figure out what's not working. What is it about the situation you're in that you want to change because it's not serving you? So perhaps you feel that someone is disrespecting your time, or you can't deal with the negativity in your crowd. Maybe you feel like you're being asked to overcommit at work, or you're not happy with something in a relationship you have. Figure out what's not working and why it's not working for you. Step 2. Get crystal clear about what you want to happen instead. We can't set boundaries until we know what success looks like. So to use the example of someone disrespecting your time, you are probably going to want to feel instead that your time is respected, right? So what would that look like for you? How would that person be behaving that's different from the way they behave now? Perhaps they ask you first before expecting you to be available, for example. If there's a boundary you want to set with yourself, like not using your mobile phone so much, what does that actually look like? Perhaps it means you shut your phone down at 8 p.m. every night, for example, to be present with your partner or with your family. Whatever the situation you want to change, you need to be really crystal clear on what success looks like. Step 3, articulate your boundary. Now, this is where it can get tricky, friends, because often when we get to the point of having to set a boundary, we're pretty emotional about the situation. And I know I have definitely been there, feeling like something has to change and trying to talk about it, but breaking down because I felt that I needed it so much. But when that happens, the other person is more likely to react to the emotion than to the boundary you're setting. State your boundary clearly, calmly, and respectfully, but firmly and importantly, without an apology. So for example, if someone is pressuring you to make a quick decision on something before you're ready, instead of people pleasing and making a decision that you might live to regret later on, you could say, I have a policy of not making snap decisions. I need time to reflect and think about what I want to do. I will get back to you by the end of the day. And remember here that you're not responsible for the other person's reaction. You're only responsible for communicating your boundary in a very respectful way. And that is why step 4 is so key, to honor your boundaries yourself. So your behavior needs to match the boundary that you're setting. You can't establish a clear boundary with someone if you send mixed messages by overly apologizing or allowing people to overstep them. Some people will absolutely test your boundaries. They might tease you about them, belittle them, or just completely ignore them. Be ready for that and stay firm, and restate the boundary if you need to. Remember, you're setting the boundary for your own happiness. People pleasing isn't going to serve you in the long term. In fact, over time, it can make us resentful. At first, you might feel selfish, guilty, or even embarrassed when you set a boundary. Do it anyway. And remind yourself, you absolutely have a right to self-care. It's a much better strategy to decide what you want, state it clearly, and honour that commitment to yourself by standing firm. And remember that inaction is also a decision that you're taking. So doing nothing about something that's frustrating you and not setting a boundary is still a choice you're making. In this case, the boundary you need to set is with yourself. You need to make a commitment to yourself and then honour that commitment in the same way you would honour a commitment to someone else. The bonus here is that honouring our commitments to ourselves also helps other people to see the boundaries we set are important to us, so they're less likely to end up overstepping them. Okay, that's the end of this video, friends. Let me know about your experience of setting boundaries in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for more tips like this to help you make this your era. And if today's video has whet your appetite for more content on how to live your best life, be sure to go check out our brand new Reboot Your Life course from the This Is My Era Academy at thisismyera.com. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.